All right, good morning and happy Friday, everybody. I hope everyone is having a fabulous week. Today is, what is today? September 16th. Today is Friday. Today is September 16th. All right, we got it. How's everybody doing? If you jump on, if you're seeing this, jump on, say hello. Let me know you're out there in the old interweb lands. I am Adam Bird, your host for the HMG Weekly Wrap Up. For those of you that are new, we've had some new people jump on and send us messages this week, so appreciate that. I am running a little bit behind today, but had to go to the VA this morning and give some blood. So here I am. Where are you? Where are you guys? If you're watching this, leave a comment of where you are watching this from today. And if you end up watching this later on in the day, let me know where you guys are at. Love to see where you guys are at in the world. Busy week, another busy week this week. We got a lot going on. I'm actually getting ready. I'll be hitting the road tomorrow, heading south to Florida. So next week's show is going to be live from Tampa, Florida. And yeah, crazy stuff. Mr. Williams, what's up, brother? Hey, I sent you an email. I responded to your email this morning. Just FYI. And since you're on here, I'm going to call you out real quick. Folks, Mr. Stephen Williams here. Got to give this guy a tip of the hat. He is one of the HMG new family members. He is a new producer here over at HMG. Tons of experience. Absolutely love it. And just a good dude, and we're happy to have him on board. Chris Hellickson, God's Lacrosse, Wisconsin. Appreciate you jumping on, Uncle Lou. Always a pleasure. Hope all is well up there. Good stuff. So, yeah, we got busy week. Like I said, hitting the road tomorrow, heading south to Florida for 9 days, I think. And it's going to be good stuff. Good stuff. Next week we're going to be doing live from Tampa. I don't know, somewhere in Tampa, and getting ready for the All Heroes Ball, and then next Saturday is the All Heroes Open fishing tournament for Team Addo. So check it out. There's going to be some videos and lots of pictures and stuff like that. Don't forget, folks, that September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. What are you doing right now? Make sure that you are checking on your battle buddies. Unfortunately, we had a loss here close to home here in the last week, and yeah, it's tough stuff. It doesn't need to happen. So check on your battle buddies. Let them know that they are not alone. What else is going on? Before I get into events, well, no, let me jump into events. I mentioned the Heroes Welcome Ball next week. I also talked a little bit about the Heroes Open, the fishing tournament. But on September 18th, which is this Sunday, Houston, Texas, go check out our buddy Scotty Frazier and his band. He's going to be at the Heights down in Houston, Texas at 6 p.m. That's the early show. So go check it out. You can follow him on his Facebook page, Scotty Frazier, SCOTTI. So check it out. Good music. Another Marine veteran out there sharing the music and his experience. So check that out. That is this Sunday if you're in the Houston area. Okay, I always try to do something to get you guys thinking a little bit. What's going on in your neck of the woods? What's happening in the world? But more specifically, what's happening in your area? A lot of you guys have been seeing, it's been all over the news. Every morning when I'm at the gym, all they're talking about now is migrants and immigrants that are getting bused to different parts of the country, and those parts of the country getting mad. And you notice how I'm wording things very carefully right now, because this platform likes to silence us. So what's going on in your neck of the wood? Are you guys seeing certain things that are happening? You know, we have midterm elections coming up here in 2 months. Are you guys paying attention to what other countries are doing? And I say all this again, I have to kind of watch what you are consuming, right? Because it's just one of those things. Watch what you consume, use your head, and make your own decisions on stuff. Don't believe everything you see on social media or in the news. So it's just crazy. Lots of shootings over there. Really? That's not good. Andrew, good morning, brother. How are you? What do we got here? Hammer Down Poker Run at Hop Springs tomorrow at 7. Vet Fest on the 1st in Nashville. Oh, I'm just going to be coming home. No, I'd like to make it that. Steam Festival in Murfreesboro at the airport. And then vacation with your wife. Andrew, that last one is probably the most important one, brother. So, and thank you for sharing it with the rest of us here. That's awesome. Memphis has been nuts. Ah, man. Memphis has been nuts. It's crazy how all that stuff is going down. And it's happening all over the place, too, it seems like. You know? I'm out in, somewhere in Pennsylvania. We're not far from Baltimore, in the DC area. That DC's been kind of crazy lately. DC's crazy, period. Let's be honest. right. But you're seeing everything that's going on, and I'm not getting political or anything like that. All I'm saying is that we really need to start watching what we consume. Because I think there's a push to control a narrative, right? And it's both sides doing it. So we, the people, need to. It's our job to look at what's being said and recognize what's being said, and then make sense of what's really going on. Does that make sense? Probably not, but it sounded a lot better in my head. So anyway, let's push this out. Let's get more people involved. We got more writers and stuff coming up this fall. More articles coming out. We're going to be covering a lot of sports here soon. In fact, I got to give a shout out to JD and the S3 Sports Show. We're going to kick this off right now. The S3 Sports Show. JD talks about his first locks of the week. He's bringing that show back on, so get ready. It's all NFL stuff. Who his picks are. I know he's going to bust my balls about my Packers and Aaron Rodgers and everything else, and rightfully so. After last week, he should. So if you love sports and you love talking about sports, don't miss the S3 Sports Show with JD. Fight in the Shade podcast from our friends over at Arc of Justice. Check that out. That's a newer show on the network. The Arms Room Show. This week, they're discussing pooping in a public bathroom and other common issues that you have when carrying a concealed weapon. Huh. So, yep, you heard it here first. They're talking about pooping in public bathrooms while you're carrying concealed. So check that out. Pretty interesting, actually. Funny, but interesting. And those of you that do carry, that are 2A folks, this is a great show to learn from. So check it out. Next up, we got Rise Up Life on Fire from our friends over at Battle 2B. This week, please welcome Daniel Torres to the show. Daniel's not only a retired Army MP, but he's formerly federal law enforcement officer as well, serving his country and community now through sharing his experiences and training on a variety of topics from his vast knowledge and experience base. He's a very passionate advocate for mental health awareness in our military, first responder, and helping professional careers. So check that out. That's a newer show on the network. They haven't been around very long, so give them some love. Battle 2B. You can find them on Facebook as well. Next up, pay attention, folks. The Decision Hour with yours truly. This week, I have the honor of sitting down with retired Army Colonel Christopher Kalenda. He's a PhD. And we're discussing what military conflict can teach us about leadership. we get into deep discussion about the three perspectives that are absolutely vital to have when learning about leadership. We talk about how leaders can help inspire their people and be their best for the team's success. He also shares just an absolute incredible decision hour moment about a time when he was in Afghanistan in 2007 with his Afghan army counterpart, who was a lieutenant colonel, and the people at a local village there. Really, really cool stuff. But it gets even better. You want to talk about purpose after serving? Before we wrap up the show, he talks about this journey that he's getting ready to embark on. Actually, it's going to be coming up here in about a week. He talks earlier in the interview. He had mentioned the names of 6 paratroopers that were killed in action in 2007, and we're coming up on the 15-year anniversary. And what Christopher's doing is he's going to be traveling about 1,700 miles on a bicycle, and he's going to visit every one of those graves, all 6 graves, and they're spread across from like Nebraska all the way to Arlington National Cemetery. So he starts in Nebraska, and then he's going to be biking across America to each of these grave sites. So that's really cool. He's the founder of Saber 6 Foundation. You can actually, if you follow the Saber 6 Foundation, or if you go to honorride.us, you'll be able to follow him on his journey. I believe he's starting on the 25th of this month. So just kind of a brief background about Chris. West Point grad. He's a trusted advisor to 3 4-star generals and 2 undersecretaries of defense. He's the first American to have both fought the Taliban as a commander in combat and then negotiated with them during peace talks. He's the author of Zero Sum Victory, What Are We Getting Wrong About War, and Leadership, The Warrior's Art. He's also the founder of Strategic Leaders Academy. So check this out. If you are in business at all, you want to check this one out. All right, next up. But before we go to the next one, what do we got here, Steve? Yeah, everything is crazy, and the market right now, housing market. Don't even get me started on that. That's Steve. We may have to have a topic on the market, that in and of itself. All right, next up we got Time to Shine today with our buddy Scott Ferguson. It's got 2 episodes for you this week, folks. First one up is give God your to-do list. Ask God what is getting in your way of becoming the best person that you can be. And that's from guest Margaret Argrid. The second show this week is implementing positive polarity to help level up with guest Dave Melinda. He is the founder of Positive Polarity, a Midwest-based coaching training firm that brings solid growth to companies from over 30 years of real-world experience, where he grew his business to $10 million in annual sales before selling it. Yep, you're going to want to take a listen to this one, all you business folks out there. That's this week's Time to Shine today. Go check it out. Excuse me. Typing slowly. Yeah, Steve, I get that problem. I have a problem multitasking. Clearly, I don't need to. I'm sure you figured that out about me already. Next up, we got the lads from Pushing Back Chaos. This week's topic is books, goals, and last hard thing. The conversation this week is really just a result of a classic Pushing Back Chaos 3-time zone rendezvous across the globe. Raph is always in a overnight airport crash pad about to fly home. Mike is racing in from a training session with his men. And Mellon, he's getting up in the middle of the night, trying to be all strategic and hush-hush so they can record these episodes for you guys. They talk about books that each of them are reading right now. They discuss the important 12-month goals. And then lastly, they discuss the last hard thing. What does that mean? You're going to have to listen to find out. Check it out. That's this week's Pushing Back Chaos. Let me see here. What else we got? Next up, we got the Power of Investing in People podcast with our gal, Shay Sparks. This week's guest was a really good one, Sean Douglas. He's a U.S. Air Force veteran, just recently retired. He's a TEDx speaker. He is a suicide survivor who hit rock bottom. He believes that you are created for purpose, and once you unlock your true potential, you will elevate your life, which is why he founded the Success Core. Sean works with entrepreneurs, speakers, business owners to improve their positioning in the market, increasing profitability while decreasing anxiety and stress so their businesses thrive. This is a really cool episode. Sean's a good dude. So check it out. Good morning, Christina. How are you? I think I wished you a happy birthday earlier, right? Did I not? So yeah, that's this week's The Power of Investing in People podcast. Check it out. Hold on to your hats or your tanks. This next one, Oscar Mike Radio with our man Travis. Oscar Mike Radio, Thursday nights, he does it live on the Oscar Mike Radio Facebook page, live. This week, he speaks with World War II Sherman tanker Manny Carvalho. I hope I said that right. This was a really, anytime you get to sit down with somebody from World War II is special. And Travis was on scene speaking with Manny, and this was just such a fun episode to listen to. So go check it out, and you're definitely going to learn something. So that's this week's Oscar Mike Radio. Next up, we got the Baldy Reports. Just facts, no fiction. You can figure out what they're talking about this week. Go over to their Facebook page, or you can follow them on TikTok. They always do the live streams and a lot of videos there. All right, next up we have Licensed for Love. This week's headline, Different Strokes. What message are we conveying by pointing the finger at generations of our children, calling them snowflakes, and send them off into the real world with their belongings in a trash bag? Can we convert to change the world and come together in some case? Guest Rob Shear, who's a U.S. veteran, is a father that just happens to be gay. Rob is both candid and respectfully pushes back on statistics of the LGBTQ plus community, especially those centered on parents. You can guess which ones. Make no mistakes about it. Guest Rob pulls no punches and has no apologies for believing that blaming the system is not a get out of responsibility free card. Rob hosts the #1 podcast, Fostering Change, which is centered on foster care and more. So check that out. It's a great episode this week, Licensed for Love. What else do we got? We got your 6 at 6 with our friends over at the People's Patriot Project. You can check out their show every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on the People's Patriot Project Facebook page. So check that out. They always do a really good show on Sunday nights. Fun show to watch. Next up, we got the MSEC podcast from our friends over at Military Child Education Coalition. It's not your student, it's their system. Love this. Tutor.com comes on as a guest this week and discusses why students struggle with setting achievable goals and provides strategies to find academic success. Listen, I say this every week, or when they do a show. This particular week is important. If you have children that are in school, if you are a veteran, if you're active duty, guard or reserve, what have you, you need to be following Military Child Education Coalition. They have a Facebook page. They have an Instagram page. Their Facebook page has got like 25,000 followers on it. Follow them. Go to militarychild.org. That's their website. Make sure you check that out. They have a ton of tools for students of all ages, K through high school, and whatnot. This was a really good episode, especially considering the world that we're living in today with our education systems and whatnot. So check it out. It's this week's MSEC podcast. All right, next up, let's got another good one. Environmentally speaking, this week they're talking historic flooding. Historic flooding. Rhode Island has had a very dry summer season, and it usually doesn't have too much rainfall at all. But in a very short amount of time in the month of September, that's what happened last week or a week ago. Yeah, a week ago. They had a ton of rain. So in this episode, they're going to talk about the historic amount of rainfall that they experienced last week. They had so much rain that it actually flooded Interstate 95 in Providence at what's called the Thumbers Avenue curve. The interstate was shut down for hours. They discuss how some people tried pushing through the flooded area in their vehicles and what the outcome was because of that decision. They give a huge shout out to all the first responders that came out to help, and a very special shout out to the Messer Street Fire Station. Listen, those of you, if you've ever experienced flooding, and those of you down in Arizona know this well, especially during monsoon season, you have like the washes and stuff. You can't cross. They do not want you crossing in a flooded area, and there's reasons for it. I've seen cars flipped over. People trying to drive through and literally have their vehicle picked up and washed away. So they're asking, Environmentally Friendly is asking, if you have experienced any type of scenario where you were in a flood and your vehicle you were trying to drive through a flood and something happened or whatnot, they want to hear from you. So leave a comment below when I post this, and we'll get you in touch with them because they want to hear the different stories about it. It's crazy, and I'm using my experience from being in Arizona because, like I said, down there there's nowhere for the water to go, and when it does rain, sometimes during monsoon seasons, the washes fill up and they'll be full for months. It's been crazy. With that, I'll give you one more example real quick. I remember in 1992 in Phoenix. I believe it was the I-10, one of the bridges of I-10 up in Phoenix. It literally washed the bridge out, and this was one of the bigger bridges up there. Washed the entire road out. It was nuts. So, flooding's a big deal. Don't try crossing a flooded area, especially in a Honda Civic or anything. Not speaking from experience, but just don't do it. All right. Next up, we got Women Expressions on Leadership, Learning, and Liberty. Tommy Flannery Baskets. She joins the show this week with host John Krotek. She's worked at the executive level with the wastewater industry, extraction and distillation waste to energy projects, and is highly motivated, successful marketing executive. SynFuel creates viable fuels, chemicals, and fatty acids for industries and the energy sector. Her passion for medical plants, however, herbs and spices, inspired Tommy to form Angel Blue Perfume LLC, utilizing their patented polar solvent extraction process, helped her create holistic, Victorian-inspired artisan perfume and cologne for men and women. Her driving mission is to create natural scents that are free of synthetics. Pretty cool. So check that out. That's this week's Special mentions, the Live Free series, God's Good Table, Carry On Podcast, and Wake Up with Patty Catter. I got to give another special shout out to my man Jeremy over at Spartan Media. He's helped me out a lot the last couple weeks. Good dude. Check out Spartan Media. Yeah, Jeremy's a solid dude. What else do we got? Hey, bookkeeping, taxes around the corner. Go check out my tax fella, my man Anthony and his team over there. Bookkeeping, they got it all. Simper Savage, best salad dressing marinades on the planet. JB Auto Clothiers, it's a new one. Let me tell you something about JB Auto Clothiers. They've teamed up. They work with Team Atto out of Tampa, Florida, and Team Atto has done a lot of different events, and they suit up veterans that are transitioning out of the military with a fit-to-made custom suit. Okay. And these suits are made in America. And they've done probably I know they've done over 40 plus suits. And these suits, if you were to buy these suits off the rack, these suits are about $1,200 to $1,500 off the rack. Veterans get the veteran is that's transitioning out is getting it for free through Team Atto. And JB Auto Clothiers, they sell these as well. So go check out JB Auto Clothiers. Show them some love because you're going to be seeing a lot of them here very soon. What else we got? Doc, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Those of you that are on, you see the comment by Malachias. Make sure you go check him out. Great singer. I think he's going to be doing a world tour here like next year, maybe. That's what we're trying to plan on. But go check out his music. It's freaking awesome. Check him out. Brother, I appreciate you jumping on. That's it for the shows. I'm going to leave it open. What do you guys got? Anybody got anything? I'm going to jump back to the whole controlling the narrative, living in a psyop world. Everybody thinks that it's conspiracy theory. Just listen. Whatever you believe in, just protect your mind. Be a good person. That's what it boils down to. Don't be a douchebag. Be a good person. And make sure you guys check on your battle buddies. All right? Next week, don't forget, next week we will be live from Tampa, Florida. And if you guys got anything going on, let us know. World Tour sponsor. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll figure it out. I win the lottery or something. We'll make that happen. I love it, folks. That's all the time I got. Behave this weekend. Have a good time. Get out there. Get out. It's fall time. The weather's beautiful. Have fun. God bless you. God bless America. I'll see you guys next week from Tampa. Take care.